Am I the holy for not being mad that my mom crashed my dad's wedding and told everyone he and his new wife were cheaters? My parents' marriage went up in flames 2 years ago when my dad decided being faithful was optional. He cheated on my mom with one of her friends from work. Not just some random woman. Her actual friend. The one who used to sit at our kitchen table, drink tea, laugh with her, and hug her before leaving. I, 16M, my brother, 14M, and sister, 13F, found out the worst way possible. We got dropped home early from a relative's place and walked into World War III. Mom was yelling, crying, throwing stuff. We froze in the hallway just in time to hear her scream that Dad cheated. The second they noticed us, they went silent like the world stopped. 2 days later, Dad sat us down and said it was complicated and nothing to worry about. That was his explanation for blowing up our family. Complicated. Mom didn't sugarcoat it. She told us he'd been sleeping with her friend, let's call her Elle. Elle was married too, and had a 7-year-old daughter. Apparently, her husband left after finding out, same time my mom did. So yeah, a double homewrecker special. Dad and Elle started officially dating right after the divorce. 6 months later, she was pregnant. By then, I'd stopped looking at him the same. You can't respect someone who betrays your mom, lies to you, and then pretends it's normal. Fast forward to June. Dad and Elle decided to get married. He told us we were expected to be there. It's family, he said. We didn't want to go, but Mom didn't fight it. She said, you're old enough to decide how you feel. We went because we didn't want to start more drama, but sitting there watching him marry the woman who destroyed our family? It felt wrong. The ceremony started like a movie you don't want to watch but can't leave. Dad looked smug, Elle looked nervous, and I sat there counting the minutes until it was over. Then the doors opened and Mom walked in. She wasn't screaming at first. She just walked right up the aisle, eyes red but steady, and said, you don't get to pretend this is a happy ending. Then she snapped. She yelled that they were cheaters, that they ruined our family, that it was sick to make us sit there and watch them play house like nothing happened. She called out Elle for pretending to be her friend while sneaking around with her husband. You could feel the air leave the room. Guests froze. The priest stopped mid-sentence. Elle's little daughter started crying. Dad shouted for someone to take Mom out, but no one moved. Everyone just stared. Then Mom said, you broke your vows before this wedding even started, and walked out. I didn't think. I just stood up and followed her. My brother and sister did too. That's when Dad lost it. He came after us, yelling that we'd embarrassed him, that we let her win. After the chaos settled, he made us sit down and told us Mom was unstable and just jealous. My sister looked him dead in the eye and said, you ruined your own wedding when you cheated. He went red. Elle jumped in, saying Mom had no right to traumatize her daughter. I wanted to laugh because really? Maybe don't bring a kid to your affair-turned-wedding then. Dad told us to leave. Mom came back to pick us up, and that was the last time we stepped foot in his house. A few days later, he texted saying he wanted to talk. He said Mom had humiliated him in front of family, friends, coworkers, everyone. He said she'd turned us against him and that we were old enough to know she was wrong. I told him we do know she was wrong to yell in public, but she was right about why. He said, you can't excuse bad behavior because someone hurt you. I said, you mean like you did when you cheated on Mom? He didn't respond. After that, he switched tactics. Tried to guilt trip us. I made a mistake, people move on, you can't punish me forever. But then he'd say stuff like, your mom ruined the best day of my life, and all I could think was, you ruined hers first. Mom later apologized to us. Said she shouldn't have caused a scene. But she also said she's tired of pretending to be the bigger person when everyone treats Dad like the victim. Honestly, I don't blame her. I wish he hadn't done it in front of Elle's daughter, but she's been humiliated for years. Maybe that was the only time she ever felt heard. It's been about 10 weeks now. Dad still texts sometimes, mostly about how unfair it is that we aren't mad at Mom. He says we should hate both sides equally. But I don't. I hate what he did, not who Mom became because of it. He says, she ruined my wedding. And maybe she did. But he ruined our family long before she ever showed up in that church. What do you think, was the mom out of line or just standing